My name is Bordeaux and Nantes and Liverpool and New York and San Francisco. Not a corner of this world but carries my thumbprint and my heel mark on the backs of skyscrapers and my dirt, and the glitter of jewels. Who could I boast of more than I? Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. Monstrous putrefacients of revolts coming to nothing. Putrid marshes of blood, trumpets ridiculously blocked. Red earth, blood brother earth. Mine too, a small cell in the Jura. The snow strengthens the small cell with white bars. The snow is a white gaoler who stands guard in front of a prison. This man is mine, a man alone, imprisoned by whiteness, a man alone defying the white cries of a white death. Toussaint, Louverture. A man who fascinates the white sparrowhawk of white death, a man alone in the sterile sea of white sand. An old nigger standing upright against the waters of the sky. Death describes a shining circle above this man. Death is a gentle star above his head. Death, driven mad, blowing in the ripe cane plantation of his arms. Death, galloping through the prison like a white horse. Death, gleaming like a cat's eyes in the dark. Death, hiccuping like water underneath the reefs. Death is a wounded bird. Death wanes. Death vacillates. Death is a shadowy pasture. Death expires in a white pool of silence. At the four corners of these small hours, swelling of the night, convulsions of rigid death, stubborn fate, upright cries of the mute earth, will not the splendor of this blood explode? At the end of the small hours, these countries whose past is uninscribed on any stone, these roads without memory, these winds without a log, does that matter? We shall speak, we shall sing, we shall shout. Full voice, great voice, you shall be our good and our guide. Words? Ah yes, words. Reason, I appoint you wind of the evening, mouth of authority, be the whip of Corolla. Beauty, I name you petition of stone, but ah, my hoarse contraband laughter, ah, my saltpetre treasure, because we hate you, you and your reason. We claim kinship with dementia, praco, with flaming madness, with tenacious cannibalism.
Treasure, let us count it, the madness that remembers, the madness that screams, the madness that sees, the madness that enchains itself. And you know the rest, that 2 and 2 make 5, that the forest moves like a cat, that the tree pulls chestnuts out of the fire, that the sky smooths its beard, etc., etc. Who are we and what? Admirable. Question, by looking at trees I have become a tree, and this long tree's feet have dug great hollows of poison in the earth, have dug huge cities of bones. By thinking of the Congo, I have become a Congo noisy with forests and rivers, where the whip cracks like a great banner, the banner of the prophet, where the water goes, likwala likwala, where the lightning of anger hurls a green axe and herds wild boars of putrefaction into the beautiful, violent precincts of the nostril. And the end of the small hours, the sun that coughs and spits its lungs out. At the end of the small hours, a little line of sand, a little line of muslin, a little line of maize. At the end of the small hours, a great gallop of pollen, a great gallop of a little line of little girls, a great gallop of colibris, a great gallop of daggers to plunge into the earth's breast. Angel customs officers who mount guard by the entrances of the waves over all that is forbidden. I declare my crimes and say that there is nothing to say in my defense. Dances, idols, relapses, I too have murdered God with my idleness. My words, my gestures, my obscene songs. I have worn parrot feathers and muscat skins. I have worn down the patience of missionaries. I have insulted the benefactors of humanity. Defied Tyre, defied Sidon. Adored the Zambezi. The expanse of my perversity confounds me. Yet why continue to hide in the impenetrable wild? Patience. My beggary living zero. Why not? Disregarding all lessons in nobility, strike up the horrible jumping of my Bantu ugliness. Voom ro o, to charm snakes to conjure up the dead. Voom ro o. to hold back the rain to cross, the tides, vroom row, to stop shadows turning, groom row, to let my skies open.
On a road, I am a child chewing a sugarcane root. On a blood road, being dragged, I am a man with a rope round my neck. Upright in the middle of an immense circus, on my black forehead is a crown of thorn apple. Vroom row, boom row. Fly away, higher than quivering higher, than witches towards other stars. When no one gives them a thought, the fierce exhalation of forests, the mountains uprooted, islands in chains for 1,000 years. Voom row oh, let the promised time come again, and the bird that knew my name, and the woman who had 1,000 names, fountain and sun and tears, and her hair like young fish, and her steps my climates, and her eyes my seasons, days without harm, nights without offense, stars of confiding, wind of complicity. But who lays hands on my voice? Who flays my voice, stuffing my throat with 1,000 bamboo hooks, 1,000 sea urchin needles? You filthy remnant of the world, you filthy small hours, you filthy hate. It's you burden of an insult and 100 years of the whip, 100 years of my patience, 100 years of my effort simply not to die, row O. We sing of poisonous flowers bursting in meadows fields, meadows of fury, skies of love struck by clots of blood, epileptic mornings, the white burning of abysmal sands, the sinking of wrecked ships in the middle of nights rent by the smell of wild beasts. What can I do? I must begin. Begin what? The only thing in the world that's worth beginning, the end of the world, no less.
Those who invented neither gunpowder nor a compass, those who tamed neither steam nor electricity, those who explored neither sea nor sky, but those who know the humblest corners of the country of suffering, those whose only journeys were uprootings, those who went to sleep on their knees, those who were domesticated and Christianized, those who were inoculated with the degeneration tom-toms of empty hands, inane tom-toms of resounding wounds, burlesque tom-toms of emaciated treachery, warm small hours of ancestral heat and fears, jettison my pilgrim wealth and my authentic lies. But what strange pride suddenly fires me? Come colibri, come sparrowhawk, come horizon crack, come dog-faced baboon, come dolphins, a pearl-bearing revolt breaking the shell of the sea, come plunge of islands, come days of dead flesh disintegrating in quick lime of birds of prey, come ovaries of water where the future moves its little heads, come wolves who graze in the savage orifices of the body when my moon meets your sun at the ecliptic inn, beneath my uvula's reserve, wild boar's lair, under the gray stone of daylight, your eyes, a quivering conglomerate of ladybirds. Within the gaze of disorder, swallow of mint and broom melts, to be born again in the tidal wave of your light. O lullaby, my words, the child who does not know the map of spring is always to be drawn again. Grasses will swing for the cattle, sweet vessel of hope, alcoholic swell of the sea, the sharpened stones of the never-seen rings will cut the stalks of the glass organ of evening, strewing zinnias and curantas over the ultimate width of my fatigue and you. From the foundation of your light, choose star to draw like a lemur from the unfathomable sperm of man, the undared form which the quivering womb carries like an oar. O well-disposed light, O fresh source of light, those who invented neither gunpowder nor compass, those who tamed neither steam nor electricity, those who explored neither sea nor sky, but without whom the earth would not be the earth, we the hump growing more benign, as more and more the earth abandons its owns, we the silo, storing to ripen all of the earth that belongs most to the earth. My negritude is not a stone, nor the deafness flung out against the clamor of the day. My negritude is not the white speck of dead water on the dead eye of the earth. My negritude is neither tower nor cathedral.